Well, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new, welcome to the channel. I'm that fishing noob, and let me get a little bit closer because today this video is a test to see if the X5, the Insta360 X5, is good for kayak fishing videos straight out of the box. Now, the only thing that I did with this X5 is, you can see these little cord running down. I have it running to a power bank just to charge the battery while it's being used. Also to note, so I'm on an Old Town Torsen PDL 106, and I feel like I'm talking at a regular volume as if I was holding a normal conversation with somebody. I don't feel like I'm trying to over project because my camera is mounted on the bow, so there's that. But no external microphone, nothing like that. Just X5 right there on the end of this giant stick, seeing if it's good for kayak fishing, for a kayak fishing video. It is pretty breezy right now as well. It is kind of gusty, so I don't have any kind of dead cat or anything like that. It is just raw camera audio, raw camera. I'm recording in 5.7K 30 FPS, so here we are. I'm out here on the creek, and let's go and do some fishing. Now, this video is sponsored by my brother, because he got it for me, this camera, for my birthday a little bit ago, and I've been using it in place of my other. I had a GoPro Hero 7 that I would use as a secondary camera, and now I've got this one. So here is real world test. See how this thing functions, how well it does for fishing content without a dead cat, straight raw audio. I am throwing out a little chatterbait, a Mini Max. Now, the good thing about the X5 or any 360 cam really is the ability to do all sorts of these things like this. And I believe we got ourselves a fish, ladies and gentlemen. And there we go. Look, we can do things like this. Follow it all the way around. And here we go. Guess what? Coming this way. Whoa. Fast one. There we go. Hey. Ta-da! Got a fish for you. Video. Pretty gnarly. Not a giant, but plenty of fish. Go. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, nice little fish. Go on the board. Random thing. I am running a tournament, free online tournament, and it is fish count rather than fast length. Total fish count is running through the end of the year, so if you want to participate, the app is Fish Champ. There's been a lot of people that have caught a lot of fish, which is pretty cool. Alright, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a little fishy for you. Let's see if we can get a release. Dead in camera shot. Hopefully. There we go. There we go. High five. Cool thing, really cool thing. The appeal, the sell of this type of camera is the ability to look everywhere all at once. And I don't have any experience with the others, so like a GoPro 360 cam or a DJI 360 cam. This is my first time fishing with and using a 360 cam. And what I can say about this one is editing in the app, the 360 app, is really easy. And it's nice to be able to go through. So, in short, editing in the Insta360 app, you import your clips, your videos, and you can go through and keyframe different spots as you turn the camera. So, the camera's gonna be facing a specific way, you keyframe, and then if you're wanting to pan or if you're wanting to track something, you just move, like you'll click on the screen, move your mouse to look around, and then you'll just enter a key, like the next keyframe, wherever you stop, which is pretty solid. And then after that, so I edit my videos and then I will export them normally in 4K resolution. So I am downsampling a little bit from my 5.7. And then I will import them into iEdit with Sony Vegas. That's my process. It's been working out for me. This is kind of real world test. If you guys have any questions about this camera, then drop them down below. Do my best to answer them. You can be like, you can get some pretty creative stuff with this camera. It's pretty cool. And of course you have little things like watch this little planet. And you've got other super wide angle, you can go through in linear view, all sorts of goods. And the most important thing is you capture literally everything. So you don't have to worry about camera angles, you don't have to worry about, oh man, was my camera angle off? Did I miss the shot because it was facing the wrong way? It just captures everything all the time. So every single one of these casts I can go through and pan to it. And just follow this little bladed jig. It's solid. My camera settings also, noise reduction is on, and I do have, they call it, it's like auto tone or real tone or something like that, adaptive tone. So all of that is enabled right now. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm out here kayak fishing. Because I had GoPros, I have GoPros, I just had to go get an adapter. What's that? That is not a fish. Well, maybe it is a fish. It is a, yep, stickfish. Alright, let go. Go away. Leave me alone. Hey, or not. Really hit that one here. Oh. So I just had to get little adapters so I can use my camera on my GoPro mounts. However, it does have that the 3.5 millimeter little screw-on type of base, so you can go through and screw your camera into things. But if you have GoPros, don't worry. I have actually an aluminum adapter that I got off of Amazon. Came with two. So I've got one of those on this. It's a Yak Attack Boomstick Pro, I believe, that Ferdy gave to me for free. Shout out Ferdy. And then I've got my other one on. Oh, hello. Where'd you go? Good hit, but I guess you didn't want it enough. Light is starting to pick up again, so that's nice. Yeah, I've got one on here, and then one on a tripod that I use for other videos. Shut up for a sec so you can listen just to the ambient sounds of everything. When I first got it, I was like, do I really need to have my head cam still? Or can I just fish with this? Because this literally captures all the angles, so it can capture my POV. What is that? Let me go through and pan to that too. It can capture my POV, it can capture behind me, it can go through third person, all the things. So do I really need to have another camera on my head? Sticking with it for now. But could you get away with just using a 360 cam? I think you could. And you can have some creative mounting places. So I know, like on this Old Town PL 106, there's this like little thing that you can put here and mount it here. That could be a place for it. You can mount it over your shoulder. There are some gear tracks on both sides, accessory tracks on both sides of the kayak. You can mount it there. You can do what I do and have a boomstick that's mounted on this accessory track, and for that super far away, kind of wide angle bow mount, different options. But I think you could get away with, if you wanted to start fishing and like start fishing content related videos, I think you can get away with this. Now, do you need a 360 cam to go through and like record content like this? No. When I started my channel, I was fishing with a GoPro Hero 4 Black. So no, you do not need a 360 cam. You don't even need a really good cam. It just helps out. What you do need is just consistency. Getting out on the water, recording your stuff, good or bad, and fishing. Fishing, recording, posting, being consistent with it. The battery life on it so far as well is good. So when I have it fully charged and my memory on my SD card, so I have a 256 gigabyte card. When the card is formatted and there's nothing on it, then I get about 6 hours and 13 minutes is what the battery displays on screen. Now, I haven't really tested that out to see just how much I can get out of it, but that's what it's estimating. And that's recording at 5.730 frames per second. I'm out here kayak fishing, so I figure if I have the ability to run a cord to it and connect it to a power bank just in case, then, you know, oh, see, that could have been a fish, but it's not. It's okay. One thing, if you are coming from GoPro, you know that GoPros are prone to overheat like crazy. So far, fishing here in the Texas heat, not so much now because it's getting cooler, but back when it was 90s, real feel of triple digits, this thing did not overheat. I haven't had this overheat yet. And every single time I've used it out fishing, it's been connected to a power bank. So right now, it is currently connected to a power bank. I believe it's still charging, unless my power bank died. But I have not had any instances of lost footage or overheating or any kind of issues like that. I've also not done anything, so normally I have to dunk my GoPro into the water to go through and make sure it stays cool. That thing, I've just attached it to where I have it mounted and have it go. And I do record it with voice commands, so I don't have a remote or anything else, and it stays on the whole entire time, unless I know I'm making a run and I'm not going to be recording any content or recording anything. That's the only time that I'll go through and power it down, and then just have it charging. But no overheating issues. I have no issues so far with the memory card that it came with. I do have a spare battery for it, just in case, but I haven't had to use it while out on the water. I think the quality of it's good. One thing that I really appreciate is kind of that adaptive tone, where I feel like the colors around everywhere are more balanced than when I'm using my GoPro. I feel like also the dynamic range of it is better than my GoPro as well. So like these darks over here are not completely black, and then the whites of highlights or the clouds, or if I'm in direct sunlight, is not completely washed out. So I think that it does a pretty good job balancing both highlights and shadows pretty well. I think that's about it. X5 in a nutshell. Can you kayak fish with it? Can you create content with it? Yes. Can you do it with just the camera? I think so. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have any specific questions about it, I'm still learning how to use it. I just figured, you know, this is my first time fishing with this kind of camera. Figure I'll share my thoughts with you. And you can get a real world, raw fishing experience to see this is what the camera is capable of, and this is kind of the quality of it just out of the box. But looks like that'll be it for this one. I hope that you are able to go fishing, and if you are fishing, I hope that you're able to catch a big one. But I'll catch you on the next one. God is good. Y'all be blessed. Later.